Blatchly, our senior speech.
What do you want to be when you grow up? All of us have been asked before, probably hundreds of times, and given hundreds of different answers. Kids dream big, answering honestly that they want to be a president or an astronaut. This year, it seems I've been asked more than usual. I'm careful with my answer, as the question seems to hold more weight as I head off to college next year, and am expected to pick a major that will set me on the path to success. And although I have an answer, I worry. What if I change my mind or discover I'm not cut out for what I want? I'm sure the 7-year-old versions of ourselves will be surprised about the people we are today, even though we're just barely reaching adulthood. The 7-year-old version of me would be disappointed that I'm no longer fanatically obsessed with horses, nor would Will 80's younger self, happy birthday, have predicted that he visited Perfectos enough for them to learn his name. Your father must be so disappointed. It's been quite a trip of indecisiveness and influences that have led me to my answer, but it's funny and a great reflection on my growth since I was a child. At first, I wanted to be a doctor. Sticking Band-Aids on scrapes that covered my knees was thrilling, and I had a fake stethoscope that I would occasionally use to listen to heartbeats, but mostly I would whip at my brother when he annoyed me. I was also an accident-prone child, and my early visits to the emergency room gave me hope that one day I would be wearing the white coat. In pre-K, I tripped while running down a brick path. My reward, 12 stitches. In first grade, I destroyed my dream of being a tightrope walker when I fell off the back of my couch and received a dark blue cast. Finally, I discovered in 3rd grade that I had no hope as an Olympic hurdler when I tripped over a fence and both dislocated and broke my arm. Frankly, I'm dumbfounded that my parents didn't wrap me up in bubble wrap or stick me in a padded room where I couldn't hurt myself or anyone else. But I was easily swayed as a young child, and soon enough I decided business was the career for me, as those dollar bills were beckoning. So out I went to the street corner. It was illegal, I'm sure. As I didn't have the proper work permit for my gumball stand. I, unlike most kids, didn't start out with a lemonade stand. I was sure that gumballs were the ticket on a sweltering hot summer day. I was wrong. I sold one to my grandmother, whose house I was standing in front of. And that was the end of my business career. Then I read an article about what seemed to be the best possible job: a high starting salary, constant opportunities to travel, and a company car. It was perfect. I knew what I wanted to do. I was to become a FedEx driver. The big selling point for 11-year-old me was the specialized training that taught you how to walk on ice. Luckily, I passed through that phase quickly, though to this day I still admire the people who give me my 2-day shipping from Amazon Prime. Then I came into Brooks with a dream. Freshman year, due to my incredible ability to rhyme all the time, so I thought that I should become a rapper. They have since been deleted, but I must shamefully admit that I used to post rhyme battles on Facebook during freshman study hall. I'm sure some of my fellow seniors remember this dark age, but luckily for you all, I saved a verse. Hey yo, what's up? My name's D. Blatch, and these rhymes are gonna catch. They're burning up, call the fire dispatch. You gotta understand I don't use a safety match. D. Blatch was my rapper name, given to me so generously by Sam Grant, and fortunately for my sake and for yours, I escaped that stage with nothing more than a nickname. A few years ago, I read Devil in the White City, a novel that follows the architect of the 1893 World's Fair in Chicago, Daniel Burnham, and the simultaneous exploits of serial killer H.H. Holmes. The massiveness of the undertaking, the boldness and frank craziness of the whole operation inspired me. No, I was not inspired by Holmes's intricately designed murder castle, but Burnham's gleaming white city that overlooked man-made lagoons. The prestige and physical manifestations of a man's dreams into gleaming reality drew me into architecture. It seemed to be the perfect blend of art and academics. However, after class and further reading, I ran far away from the modern field of architecture, knowing full well that I wanted to be neither an architect nor a serial killer. So there I was, a junior at Brooks, with no real idea of what I wanted to be. I was lost. It seemed certain that I was destined to end up working in fast food, asking if the customer wanted fries with that. It was such a future as this that helped me retain my sanity as I completed each packet from hell that I was assigned in AP Biology. But despite the hours spent slaving away at these packets and an alarming indifference I began to form towards receiving a poor grade on a test, I thoroughly enjoyed the class and began hoping I would find a career in science. It wasn't until I was sitting in the well-lit operating theater with a warm gallbladder still being placed in my hands that I knew I was confident in my decision. I wanted to remove a gallbladder myself one day. But this isn't a story about my indecisiveness. It's about allowing yourself to explore. I'm not surprised it took me so long, but I'm less surprised about that fact and the fact that some seniors still need a hymnal for Hymn 24 on Sunday evenings, even though we sing it every single Sunday. Come on, guys, really, you could learn it by now. But luckily at Brooks, we have a chance to take risks and discover new things. Who you are now will be different from the person who receives a diploma on graduation days. Maybe you'll be able to learn, like me, what you want to be and have an answer that you say confidently, because I know that I want to be a doctor. Thank you.